although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas. But you know what? I like you.
Who the hell wants to speak about politics?
And even these people back here, these horrible, horrendous people. You are a rude, terrible person. So, you know, when I say I'm sorry, folks, you have to pay up, I shouldn't be popular in Europe.
Who did? Who cares? Jeez.
Welcome back, everyone. This is part 2 of my favorite moments of election night 2016. And just make sure you subscribe for up and coming 2020 videos. It's going to be epic. All right, this is a great one. This is an excellent moment. And just, if you haven't heard this already, this one's just great.
I talk to many of my friends of color and women, because oftentimes in America, for a person of color, you're told if you get an education, get a good job, prepare yourself, you can be as successful as anyone else in America. And in this case, you had a woman who was on paper as prepared as anyone could be to be the president, and she lost to, forgive me, a white guy with a haircut.
What? What is that? What is he saying? That, wait a minute, let's just hear that one more time. Is that, I can't even believe he said that.
And in this case, you had a woman who was on paper as prepared as anyone could be to be the president, and she lost to, forgive me, a white guy with a haircut.
What is he talking about? Is he saying that Trump only won because of his haircut? Like, what, and he's white? Like, what is he talking about? And how is a spineless group of commentators here, like, how are they not, no one's saying anything about that? Like, what is going on? Like, what does his haircut have to do with anything? I'm talking about his agenda, his message. Before we move on to the next one, losing to a white guy with a haircut, like, is that just the lamest put down ever? Or is there some kind of meaning to that I don't get? Like, if any of you want to provide some insight into what he kind of put down that is by saying she lost to a white guy with a haircut, so stupid, I'd be interested in hearing your comments about, you know, what that means. This is a good one. So I've got a lot of comments on this one. This is MSNBC, and this is when they're announcing that Trump has won Florida, but you got to listen to the like grunt sound. And okay, let's hear it.
228, 209.
All right, did you hear that? Okay, one more time. One more time. Okay, so a lot of comments I've received say that's Brian Williams, and then I get comments that's Rachel Maddow. I mean, great moment to hear the despair like that. It's so like objective. They're so objective, so unprofessional actually. But who is that? Is that Brian Williams making that disgusting grunting sound, or is it Rachel Maddow? Comment below whether you think that's Brian Williams or is that Rachel Maddow. That would be great. All right, this is a good one. Let's watch this one.
I was also looking back and at an interview Tim Kaine gave. Tim Kaine has a son in the Marine Corps. He was asked by John Dickerson, so if Donald Trump is democratically elected and your son is serving as a Marine, you wouldn't trust his life under that commander-in-chief? And Kaine said, I wouldn't. That's a pretty extraordinary thing to say. If you have a son in the Marine Corps and that you don't trust the commander-in-chief. The people in the military defend the Constitution.
What is she about to cry there? Okay, first of all, she asked literally the most biased person she was talking about vice presidential candidate Tim Kaine. That's the Tim Kaine she's talking about. She asked him? Like, literally, it's his job to despise Trump and talk trash about him during the campaign. That's his job. What does she expect him to say? Ask any other Marine family or any other Marine. Marines love Trump, first of all. But unbelievable that she would ask him and like actually make a point like, oh, I asked Tim Kaine and he wouldn't trust his command. Give me a break. How ridiculous is that? All right, so listen closely to this one. I'm glad I caught this one. Not sure if any of you have seen this, but this is a really, really good one.
I think it had to be more than secret Trump voters, people who wouldn't say they were voting for Trump. I didn't find very much of that. I didn't find really anybody who wouldn't say, I'm voting for Trump. They went out there, they listened to him say, this is not over. They didn't listen to us. They didn't listen to anybody else about the polls. They went out and voted. Clinton campaign.
Okay, did you hear that? They didn't listen to us? So what are you admitting? I mean, we all know you have so much bias and so much hatred for Trump, but what are you admitting right there, that you had some kind of campaign to like brainwash people or whatever and to not voting for him? Listen to that one more time. That is really, really telling.
This is not over. They didn't listen to us. They didn't listen to anybody else about.
They didn't listen to us. What? Your fake news, your fake polls. They went out and voted even though you basically were saying the whole time that Trump's going to get like totally destroyed. Is that what they didn't listen to? Oh my goodness. If you haven't seen that one, that is an important one because that is like basically proof right there of the media working in collusion with the Democrats, Clinton, however you want to call it. All right, this is another great one. Very enjoyable one. So let's play it.
Hey, Lester, I'm joined here by filmmaker Michael Moore, who has spent months really diving into the mind of the Trump voter. You are a Hillary Clinton supporter, but you have predicted what we are seeing with Donald Trump, particularly in Michigan, for months.
Well, back in the summer, I wrote an essay called The Brexit States,
right.
Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, that the working class that has been so abused and attacked and their livelihood taken from them over these last really couple decades, they're at the point where they're so angry and full of so much despair that I could see that they were going to use the ballot box as an anger management exercise.
You've called it a middle finger to the establishment.
Yes, or Trump being their human Molotov cocktail that they just get to throw in
human Molotov cocktail
system today and blow it up, only to find out a month or two from now how regretful they're going to be, because he's not only going to blow up the system, he has no idea how to rebuild it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we're so regretful. Things are so terrible.
It's been my fear. I've been trying to tell people we have to put special focus on Michigan, on Ohio, and Pennsylvania. These are the people I grew up with. I know what's going on here. They're being manipulated by a con artist. That's what Donald Trump is. He has not told them the truth. He's not going to bring their jobs back, and he's a dying dinosaur. His way of doing things, and that's the old America. We're into the future right now.
Race to 2-7.
We're into the future. Wow, what a great choice of a guest to bring on election night. You know, someone so objective and so insightful and was so correct with his predictions. Yeah, things are so awful now. Good job, Michael Moore. Like, he really did a great job predicting what would happen in the future with President Trump. Nice work. Switch over to CNN. This is a good moment. I love it when there's these expressions of confidence that will very soon turn to doom.
Especially Florida, which they felt pretty confident about.
They did indeed, Jake. Really, for the last couple of days, the Clinton campaign's confidence has been rising about Florida. But what we're seeing here is seeing campaign strategy play out in real life. Keep an eye on Broward County, as John and you and everyone has been saying. Secretary Clinton visited there 3 times in the last week alone. They were literally dragging people to early vote. So that is something.
They were literally dragging people to early vote. Is that what's required? Let's hear that again.
3 times in the last week alone, they were literally dragging people to early vote. So that is something that is still out. That's why one top advisor tells me just a few moments ago, there is no panic because of Broward County. But I can tell you, Jake, much closer than they thought.
Yeah, much closer than they thought, that's for sure. Literally dragging people to the polls. Wow. Sounds like they really love their candidate, these people they're dragging to the polls to vote for her. Yeah, sounds like a lot of loyalty there. Wow. Well, anyway, that was it for my favorite moments part 2. I'm going to have a favorite moments part 3 coming up, and once again, subscribe because 2020 is going to be here before we all know it, and Mega Truth Channel is going to have some epic election videos and videos leading up to the election as well. So thank you for watching. And everyone, I hope you all have a nice day.